Taking a look at our full forecast, starting off really throughout California. Right now we got the 30s, 40s, and 50s covered. Here in Bakersfield, we're at 37 degrees, more of those 40s as you head south towards San Diego, but things are a little bit warmer towards San Francisco at about 53 degrees. Now today's highs we can expect to see up to 62 degrees in Bakersfield and really about the same as you head up towards Delano as well. In the mountains, we're seeing more of the 50s and some of the 60s, so 55 degrees in Frazier Park, but we're seeing 66 degrees towards Lake Isabella. And in the desert areas, we're really within the lower to mid 60s range. Now tonight, things are going to cool off between the 30s and 40s, which is pretty typical for each night during the winter. 40 degrees here in Bakersfield, around 35 degrees towards McFarland. And yeah, that really continues throughout most of the county. So a lot more of the 30s than there are the 40s. However, there is a freeze watch. This does expire at 9 a.m. so pretty soon, and we could expect to see sub-freezing temperatures as low as 30 degrees possible. Now this applies to areas including Buttonwillow and Delano, and one of the biggest impacts this would have is to crops, so make sure to cover sensitive or exposed vegetation in order to trap the heat to protect it from the cold weather. Now looking at the winds, there was a high wind warning that has since expired from earlier this week, but there are some pretty strong winds still. This is right now. We're seeing throughout a lot of these mountain areas, and that's going to continue to kind of grow as we head later into today and eventually start to narrow down, covering a lot of eastern Kern County. But around this time tomorrow, we're seeing it really start to condense into these mountain areas, and these are more gusty conditions than they are the strong winds we were seeing around Monday or Tuesday. But now let's see what's in store for the rest of this week. Starting off tomorrow in the valley, we have a high of 62 degrees and a low of 40 degrees. Clear skies throughout the day. Starting off in the upper 30s, warming up to the 50s and eventually the 60s by the afternoon. Friday, we expect temperatures to continue to pick up to 67 degrees before dropping off over the weekend into the 50s and continuing that trend into next week. We're really following that trend as well in Lake Isabella, but Frazier Park and Tehachapi, we're starting off in the 50s and eventually dipping into the 40s next week.